The market was loud, filled with voices, music, and the strange smell of spices and smoke. Creatures from many planets walked between the stalls. Some tall, some small, some covered in fur, others shining with metal skin. This was not an ordinary market. Was a place where lives were bought and sold. At the center of the market stood a raised platform. Lights shone down, showing rows of alien girls. Each one was dressed in fine clothes, with jewels on their heads. They smiled or posed, hoping someone rich or powerful would choose them. The crowd was excited. Aliens shouted prices. Traders announced the special powers or beauty of each girl. Strong bones, perfect health, one trader called. "Her people are known for long life," shouted another. Buyers moved closer, inspecting faces, touching arms, deciding if someone was worth the cost. But at the end of the line stood a girl who was different. She was small, quiet, and kept her head low. A long black veil covered her face. It was made of heavy cloth, hiding everything but her trembling hands. She did not smile. She did not speak. She looked like a shadow among bright stars. The crowd grew restless when they saw her. Some laughed. "Why is she even here?" One alien sneered, "No one will choose her if we cannot see her face." Another added, "She must be ugly or cursed." The trader tried to explain. "She is special. Her race is rare." But no one wanted to listen. One by one, the other. Girls were chosen, their veils removed, their faces admired. The buyers shouted higher prices. Trying to outbid each other, laughter and joy filled the air. But when it was the veiled girl's turn, the crowd turned silent. The trader called, "Who will take her?" "A rare bond awaits the one who is brave enough." The girl's hands shook. She felt the eyes of the crowd on her every time she had been brought here. No one wanted her. Every time she returned to her dark corner, unwanted, forgotten, the crowd began to chant, "Show her face, show her face." The trader pulled at her veil, but she stepped back, refusing. Her voice was soft, almost broken. "No, please," she whispered. The crowd booed. No one wanted a bond without seeing her. They turned away, shaking their heads. In that moment, a human soldier stood near the edge of the market. He had been silent, watching everything. His armor was scratched, his eyes were sharp. He looked like someone who had seen too many battles. The market did not impress him. The smiles of the girls did not fool him. He noticed the veiled girl. Alone, unwanted, while others laughed, the human stepped closer. The trader looked at him with surprise. "Do you wish to see her face, human?" he asked with a sly smile. "No," the soldier said calmly. His voice cut through the noise of the market. "I will take her as she is." The crowd gasped. "What?" He didn't even look at her. An alien shouted, "Humans are strange." "Maybe he has lost his mind," another said. Laughter spread, but the human did not care. He reached into his pouch and placed the payment on the table. The trader's eyes widened. He was not expecting this. The veiled girl froze. Her heart pounded. She wanted to speak, to ask why, but no words came. No one had ever chosen her before. She felt fear, but also something else, something new. The trader quickly agreed. "Taking the money, she is yours," he said, almost in disbelief. The crowd moved aside as the human soldier stepped forward. He extended his hand, not to pull away her veil, but to guide her off the platform. His touch was gentle, steady. The girl hesitated. She looked at the hand, then slowly placed her own trembling fingers in his. For the first time, she felt warmth instead of rejection. The crowd kept staring, whispering. Some called the human a fool. Some said he was brave. But everyone knew this moment was strange. The soldier led her away from the lights, away from the shouts. The market noise faded behind them. For the veiled girl, each step felt heavy. She wondered if this human was truly different, or if he would soon change like the others. She wanted to believe. But fear lived inside her heart. The human spoke at last. His voice was calm, strong. "You are safe now," he said. He did not ask her name. He did not demand her face. He only walked beside her. His words were simple, but they cut through the years of pain she carried. The girl tightened her grip on his hand, a small spark of hope lit inside her chest. She did not know what tomorrow would bring, but tonight, for the first time, she was chosen, and in the silence of the market, whispers spread. The story of the strange human who chose the veiled girl without seeing her face had begun. The journey away from the market was long. The human soldier walked with steady steps, his hand never letting go of the veiled girl's trembling fingers. The crowd's laughter still echoed in her ears. Every alien had refused her. Every eye had turned away in disgust or fear. Yet this human had chosen her without seeing her face. The girl's thoughts spun like a storm. Why did he choose me? What does he want? No answer came, only the sound of boots on the metal floor and the hum of ships taking off above the market. He led her to a small ship parked on the far edge of the landing bay. Unlike the grand vessels of the rich traders, his ship looked simple, strong, built for travel and survival, not luxury. The girl hesitated at the ramp, her heart pounding. The soldier turned his head slightly. His voice was calm, almost gentle. "You're safe here," he said. He guided her inside. The ship's cabin was quiet, dimly lit. The air smelled of metal, oil, and something faintly warm. The girl sat carefully on the edge of a bench. Keeping her veil low, her hands rested on her lap, tight and nervous. The human placed supplies on a table: water, dried food, and a blanket. He did not stare at her, did not question her. He moved with the calm patience of someone who had learned to wait. Finally, he set the food before her. "Eat," he said. Simply, her stomach twisted. She had not eaten in 2 days, but shame pressed her down. "You don't want to see my face," she whispered. Her voice cracked like glass. The soldier did not look up. He adjusted his armor, then spoke. "No," he said. "You don't need to show me anything." Her breath caught. Oh, no one had ever said such words to her. Every buyer in the past had demanded her veil be lifted before even speaking to her. Some had called her cursed. Some had called her worthless. But this human said nothing like that. She reached for the food with shaking hands. Each bite tasted strange, heavy with fear and doubt. She watched him quietly from behind the veil. His scars told stories of battles. His eyes showed neither greed nor cruelty. They showed something else, something she could not name. Night settled. Outside, the ship hummed as it prepared for travel. The soldier sat across from her, his back against the wall. He kept his weapons near, but did not threaten her. His silence was heavy, but not cruel. Finally, she spoke again. "You don't understand. If you saw my face, you would change your mind." Her words were sharp, filled with hidden pain. "Everyone changes." The soldier looked at her. His voice was steady. "Then let me be the first who doesn't." The words hit her harder than she expected. Her hands gripped the veil, her heart racing for a moment. She almost wanted to lift it, to test his promise, but fear held her back. The memory of screams, of rejection, of cruel laughter, which was stronger than her courage. Hours passed. The soldier closed his eyes, resting but not fully asleep. His breathing was slow, controlled. The girl remained awake, listening to the quiet hum of the ship. Then, something strange began to happen. Under her veil, her skin started to glow faintly, like silver lines moving across her face. She pressed her hands against the cloth, trying to hide it. The glow grew brighter, spilling through the fabric. The human opened his eyes at once. He saw the faint light shining from her veil. His hand moved to his weapon, but he stopped. He did not raise it. Instead, he spoke softly. "What is that?" The girl froze, her voice shook. "It's why they fear me," she whispered. "It's why no one will choose me." He leaned forward slightly, his eyes sharp but calm. "You're afraid of me seeing it," he said. "But I'm not afraid." Of you, her chest tightened. She wanted to believe him, but the voices of the past screamed inside her mind. Monster, cursed one. Danger, she curled into herself, pulling the veil tighter. "If you see me, you might die." The soldier's jaw tightened, but he did not move back. His voice was low, steady. "I've faced death before," he said, "but I've never faced someone like you." Her breath trembled. Tears filled her eyes behind the veil. The glow slowly faded, leaving only silence between them. Finally, exhaustion pulled her down. She lay back on the bench. Clutching the blanket he had given her, the human turned off the lights, letting the ship fall into quiet darkness. But even as sleep came, she heard his voice again. "Soft in the shadows, you are safe with me," he said. The girl's heart ached. She wanted to believe him. For the first time, she wondered if perhaps she was not cursed. Perhaps she was chosen, not by mistake, but by fate. Outside, stars stretched across the endless black, and inside the small ship, two lives moved closer to a truth that neither of them yet understood. Hook for Part 3. In the silence of the night, while the girl slept, the soldier kept watch. His eyes never left the shadows, for he knew someone or something was already hunting them. The ship drifted quietly through the stars. Metal walls hummed with the steady rhythm of engines. Inside, the veiled girl slept curled beneath a blanket. Her breathing was soft. Her hands clutched the fabric, as if it could protect her from the universe. The human soldier sat awake, watching the control panels. His eyes never left the scanners. His mind was sharp, trained by years of war. He knew markets like that were full of spies. He knew someone would follow. But he also knew he would not let them take her. Hours passed, stars slid across the small viewing window. The silence was thick. Only the hum of the ship kept him company. Then a sound broke the stillness, soft, muffled sobs. The soldier turned his head. The girl was awake, her hands pressed over her veil, tears sliding down her wrists. He did not rush to her. He spoke slowly, carefully. "What troubles you?" Her voice shook, low and painful. "You don't understand. You shouldn't have chosen me." He leaned back, his scarred hands resting on his knees. "Why?" Her body trembled. Her words spilled like broken glass. "Because my people are feared, cursed, hated by every race. We are not allowed to live free. We are not allowed to bond. Those who see our true face, they die." The soldier did not laugh, did not flinch. He only listened. His calm eyes stayed on her as if her words were simply another battle report. "Is that what you believe?" he asked. Her fists tightened. "It is not belief, it is truth." She pulled the veil tighter. "When I was a child, a traitor tried to lift my veil. He saw the glow. He screamed. He died within moments. My people call it the curse of the veil." The soldier studied her silently. He could see the fear shaking her shoulders, but he also saw the strength in her voice. She was not lying. At least, she believed she was not. Maybe he died of fear. The soldier said quietly, "Not because of you." Her head jerked up beneath. The veil's shock filled her voice. "You don't understand. Human? My race was hunted for this. Entire colonies destroyed. We were forced into chains. All because of what hides beneath this cloth." The soldier's voice dropped to a steady whisper. "And yet, you are still alive." She froze. His words struck her deeply. For years, she had only thought of herself as cursed, unwanted, forgotten, but alive, that word carried a strange power. Silence filled the cabin. Then the scanners beeped. A red light flashed. The soldier's head snapped toward the panel. His instincts burned with warning. "We're being tracked," he muttered. The girl's heart stopped. Who? He pressed. Buttons, reading signals, bounty hunters. His voice was cold, controlled. They're coming for you. Her body shook, her fears turned real. I told you. They will never let me go. The soldier stood, strapping his weapons across his chest. Then they will have to go through me. Her voice broke. Why? Why risk your life for me? You don't even know me. He looked at her with sharp eyes. I don't need to know your face to know your worth. The words left her speechless. Her chest tightened as something unfamiliar grew inside her hope. The ship rattled as blaster fire hit the shields. The soldier moved quickly. His body, trained for war, he gripped the controls, pulling the ship into evasive turns. Hold on, he ordered. The girl clutched the seat, her body trembling, outside. 2 hunter ships chased, firing again and again. The human ship rolled, twisted, avoiding the blasts. The engines screamed. The stars blurred into streaks. The girl closed her eyes under the veil, praying silently. Don't let him die because of me. The soldier gritted his teeth. He knew the hunters would not stop. He needed to act fast. His hands slammed the weapon controls. Cannons roared. Fire streaked across the dark. 1 hunter ship exploded into flames. The other swerved, circling back. The girl gasped. You destroyed. One, the soldier didn't answer. His eyes locked on the last enemy. His ship dove hard, lasers tearing through space. With a final blast, the second hunter vanished into fire. Silence returned. Only the hum of the engines left. The girl's hands shook violently. She stared at him, hidden behind her veil. You killed them for me. He wiped sweat from his brow. I don't fight for you, he said calmly. I fight because no one should be hunted like prey. Her breath trembled. Those words sank deep. A tear slid down beneath the veil. The soldier reset the course, his voice steady. You are safe for now. But she knew the truth. Safety was never permanent, not for her, not for her cursed face. Still, for the first time in her life, someone had stood and fought beside her, not for chains, not for gold, but for her. She sat silently, her heart beating fast. Her secret pressed heavy. Behind the veil, but in the shadow of the soldier's strength, she felt a spark of courage. Perhaps one day she could show him. The stars stretched endlessly around the small ship. The silence after the battle was heavy, broken only by the hum of engines. The human soldier checked the controls again, scanning for more danger. His scarred hands moved with steady precision, but his eyes carried caution. He knew hunters never traveled alone. The veiled girl sat quietly, her fingers gripping the edge of her seat. Her heart still pounded from the fight. She had seen ships destroyed before, but never for her sake. Never by someone who had chosen to protect her. A question burned in her chest. Why does he risk everything for me? She wanted to ask, but fear held her voice. She feared his answer as much as his silence. The soldier finally spoke, his tone calm but firm. They will not stop. Hunters will tell others. Stronger ones will come. Her breath trembled. You should leave me, she whispered. If I am gone, they will not follow you. He turned his head, his sharp gaze cutting through the shadows. You think I abandon those I protect? His voice was not loud, but it carried the weight of truth. No, I chose you. I will keep you. The words struck her deeply. She pressed her hands against the veil, her chest aching with emotions she could not name. Hours later, the ship landed. On a rocky outpost, a hidden station where travelers refueled and traded. The soldier stepped out first, scanning the crowd. The place was filled with strange beings, cloaked merchants, smugglers with cybernetic arms, and soldiers with glowing eyes. The girl followed, staying close. Her veil drew stares. Some whispered, some laughed, others backed away with unease. The legend of her kind had spread farther than she realized. At a corner stall, the soldier traded credits for supplies. He noticed the way people glanced at the girl. Fear mixed with greed. He placed his hand near his weapon, warning silently, suddenly. The crowd shifted. A group of armored hunters entered the outpost. Their weapons gleamed, their eyes locked on the veiled figure. A tall hunter stepped forward, his voice like iron. Human, you carry what does not belong to you. The girl froze. Her whole body shook beneath the veil. She whispered, "They found us." The soldier stepped between her and the hunters. His stance steady. "She belongs to no one." Laughter echoed from the hunters. "Foolish human, that creature is cursed. She brings only death. Hand her over, and perhaps we let you live." The soldier's jaw tightened. His voice cut through. "The noise, you will not take her." The standoff grew tense. The crowd backed away, whispers spreading. No one wanted to be near the fight that was about to explode. The lead hunter raised his weapon. His smile was cruel. "Then you die with her." In an instant, chaos erupted. Blaster fire lit the air. The soldier moved with deadly speed, pulling. The girl behind cover, his rifle roared, striking down the first attacker. Sparks flew, merchants screamed and ran. The girl crouched low, her hands pressed against the veil. Fear tore at her heart. She wanted to hide, to vanish. Yet, as she looked at the soldier fighting alone, something inside her shifted. For the first time, someone fought not to own her, but to protect her. The hunters pressed forward. Their weapons rained fire. The soldier rolled, dodged. His armor scorched but unbroken. He struck back with precision. His training showed in every move, but they were too many. The girl's heart pounded. "If he dies because of me." Her hands began to glow beneath the veil. The silver light escaping through the cloth, she gasped, fighting to control it. Fear warned her if she revealed herself, he might reject her like the rest. Yet, if she stayed still, he might die. The soldier noticed the glow, even in the chaos. His voice cut across the noise, strong and commanding. "Don't hide, use it." Her breath caught. He was not afraid. He was asking her to fight, with trembling hands. She lifted the veil just enough for the glow to spill out. The light burst. Across the outpost, hunters cried out, blinded. Their weapons fell silent for a moment. The soldier seized the chance. His rifle struck. One by one, the hunters fell, until only silence remained. The girl pulled the veil back quickly. Her chest, heaving shame and fear filled her. She dared not meet his eyes. "You saw? I told you it was dangerous." The soldier's voice was calm, steady. "I saw strength." Her heart stopped. Her breath caught in her throat. His words cut through years of pain. No one had ever called her strength before. Only curse, only danger. He stepped closer, his voice low. "Do not fear yourself. They fear you because they know what you can do." She shook, tears burning her eyes beneath the veil. His faith in her felt heavier than any chain she had worn. The outpost fell quiet, bodies scattered, smoke rising. The crowd stayed hidden. Watching from shadows, the story of the veiled girl and the human soldier grew louder in whispers. But above, in the endless stars, more hunters prepared to move. Word had spread. The human had chosen the cursed one, and the galaxy would not forgive him easily. The outpost was quiet after the fight. Smoke rose from broken walls. Hunters lay scattered on the ground, and the crowd kept its distance. Watching from shadows, the human soldier stood tall, his weapons still warm. His eyes scanned for more danger. His body tense, ready beside him. The veiled girl clutched the fabric close. Her hands trembled from the light she had released. She had shown a piece of herself, and yet he had not turned away. His words still echoed in her mind. "I saw strength." The soldier guided her back toward the ship, his voice calm but firm. We cannot stay. More will come. The girl followed. Her steps unsteady, her heart raced. She wanted to ask why he kept protecting her. But fear sealed her lips. When they reached the ship, he powered the engines. The vessel lifted from the rocky ground with a deep roar. Dust swirled below as they shot into the black sea of space. Inside the cabin, silence stretched. The soldier sat at the controls, eyes sharp on the stars ahead. The girl sat behind him, clutching the seat. Her thoughts churned like a storm. Finally, she whispered, "You should have left me there." He didn't look back. His voice was steady. "I do not leave those I choose to protect." Her breath trembled. The veil hid her tears. No one had ever spoken such words for her. The scanners beeped. A red warning filled the screen. The soldier's jaw tightened. "They are coming," he muttered. The girl leaned forward, her voice shaking. "Hunters again." He shook his head. "Not just hunters." His eyes darkened. "Warships." Her chest froze. "They will never stop." She whispered. The soldier's hands moved across the controls. The ship jumped into faster speed. Stars stretched into lines of light. "Then neither will I," he said. For hours, the ship raced through space, dodging signals, hiding in debris fields. Slipping past patrols, the girl watched him with silent awe. His scars told of battles, but his calm told of unbroken spirit. Yet she could see the weight on his shoulders. He fought not for riches, not for glory, but for her, a veiled stranger. She wondered what kind of man made such choices as they drifted into a quiet sector. The soldier finally slowed the ship. He leaned back, exhaustion in his eyes. The girl watched him carefully, her hands twisting in her lap. "Why?" she asked. Softly, her voice was fragile. "Why do you fight for me? You don't even know my name." The soldier turned his head slightly. His voice was calm, because no one else would. Her chest ached, her voice cracked. "But if you knew, if you saw my face, you would understand why they all fear me." He leaned closer, his eyes sharp but kind. "Then let me be the one who sees and does not fear." Her breath caught. The veil shook in her trembling hands. For a moment, she almost lifted it, almost showed him, but before she could, alarm screamed. The ship jolted. The scanners flashed red again. The soldier cursed under his breath. His hands flew across the controls. "They've found us." The girl's body froze. Fear wrapped around her heart. "We cannot escape them," she whispered. The soldier's eyes narrowed. His voice was steel. "We can, outside." 3 warships blocked the path. Their weapons glowed, ready to strike. The soldier's small vessel was nothing compared to their size. The girl clutched the veil, her voice shaking. "They will destroy us." The soldier gripped the controls. "Not if you trust me." The warships fired. Blinding light streaked across space. The soldier pulled the ship into a dive. The vessel screamed as it rolled, sparks flying. Shields burned under the impact. The girl cried out, her hands glowing beneath the veil. Instinct surged inside her. The silver light spread, touching the walls of the ship. The engines roared louder, brighter, as if her energy fueled them. The soldier's eyes widened at the sudden burst of speed. "You're connected to it," he realized, his voice sharp. "Don't stop whatever you're doing. Keep doing it." Her breath was ragged. "I can't control it," he shouted over the alarms. "Then let me guide you. Trust me." Tears burned her eyes beneath the veil, but she obeyed. She let the light flow. Her hands pressed against the metal. The ship leaped forward like fire. Racing faster than before, the warships chased, firing again and again. But the girl's energy surged through the engines. Each blast missed. Each trap failed. The soldier's hands and her power moved as one. Finally, with a burst of light, the small ship slipped past the blockade. Leaving the warships far behind, silence returned. Only the hum of the engines filled the cabin. The girl collapsed into her seat. Exhausted, the glow faded slowly. She clutched the veil, panting. The soldier looked at her, his voice steady but filled with something near respect. "You saved us." Her heart shook. She had never saved anyone before, only brought fear and death. But this time, she had given life. She whispered through the veil, "I don't understand what I am." He leaned closer, his voice low. "Then we will find out together." Her chest tightened. His words lit a fire inside her. For the first time, she did not feel like a curse. She felt like she mattered, but deep inside, fear still whispered, what if he changed his mind when the veil was gone? The ship drifted in a quiet corner of space. Engines hummed low. Stars shone outside like scattered fire. Inside the cabin, the human soldier sat at the controls, silent. His jaw was tight, his eyes sharp on the scanners. Behind him, the veiled girl sat curled in the seat, her body still weak from channeling power. Her hands trembled. She pulled the veil closer, afraid her glow might show again. Neither spoke for a long while. The silence was heavy, filled only with the faint hum of the ship. Finally, the girl whispered, "They will never stop hunting me." The soldier didn't look back. His voice was calm, steady. "Then we make them regret trying." Her breath caught. "You cannot fight an empire," she said softly. He turned his head then, his scarred face hard but his eyes steady. "I have fought worse odds." Her heart twisted. She had seen warriors before, men who claimed strength, but they always ran when they saw her true form. Yet this human stayed, even after seeing her light. She hesitated, then asked, "Why? Why risk your life for me?" The soldier leaned back in his chair, his voice low. "Because you deserve the chance to choose your own path." Her chest ached at his words. She had never been given a choice. Her life had been chains, fear, hiding. Now this man offered freedom, but freedom came with danger. She lowered her voice. "If you knew what I truly was, maybe you would not say that." The soldier's gaze was firm. "Then show me." Her breath stopped. Her hands shook. No one had ever asked so directly. Everyone demanded her to hide, to stay covered. But this human, he asked to see. The girl gripped the veil. Her heart raced for a moment. She almost pulled it away, almost revealed her cursed face. But fear crushed her courage. She shook her head. Not yet. The soldier studied her for a long moment. Then, he nodded slowly. "Then I will wait." Her chest warmed. No anger, no demand. Only patience. It was strange, almost painful. Suddenly, alarm screamed. The ship shook. The scanners flared red. The soldier cursed under his breath. His hands flew to the controls. The girl grabbed the seat, her voice trembling. "They found us again." The soldier's eyes narrowed. Not warships this time. He scanned quickly. Something else, fast, small, through the viewport. A sleek shadow darted across the stars. A hunter's craft, built for chasing, built for killing. The soldier pulled the ship into a sharp dive. Lasers sliced past them, bright against the black. He muttered, "One ship, but skilled." The hunter pursued, moving like a predator. Each strike came closer, forcing the soldier to spin and roll. Sparks flew as a blast grazed their side. The girl cried out, clutching the veil, "We cannot outrun him." The soldier's eyes were hard. "Then we do not run." His voice was steel. "We fight." He flipped a switch. Weapons hummed. The ship's cannons lit up the void with fire. The hunter dodged icily, returning shots with deadly aim. The soldier's hands moved fast, but the hunter was skilled. The fight became a deadly dance across the stars. Each move closer, each strike sharper. The girl trembled, her heart raced. Her hands began to glow again. She felt the ship respond to her energy, like before. but fear gripped her. "If I release it, you will see me," the soldier shouted over the alarms. "I don't care what I see, save us." Her chest burned. Tears stung her hidden eyes with a broken cry. She pressed her glowing hands to the walls. Silver light burst through the ship. The engines roared like thunder. The vessel leaped forward, faster than thought. The cannons fired brighter. Sharper, guided by her power, the shots struck true. The hunter's craft spun, fire erupting, breaking apart into burning shards. Silence returned. The ship floated among the debris. The soldier let out a slow breath, his eyes turned to her. Glowing faint beneath the veil, he spoke softly now. "You saved us again." Her body shook, her voice cracked, "But you saw, didn't you?" The soldier leaned closer, his voice steady. "I saw light, not a monster." Her breath broke, a sob caught in her throat. No one had ever spoken such words to her. Not once, not ever. For the first time, she felt hope, fragile, but real. The human was not afraid, but far away, in the Empire's grand chamber. A tall figure stood before the throne, his voice dark. "The Veiled One travels with a human. She grows stronger." The ruler's eyes glowed like fire. His words sharp. "Then the hunt changes. Bring them alive. The girl must not bond with him." The ship moved silently through a dense asteroid field. The stars were faint, blocked by jagged rocks that floated like ghosts inside. The veiled girl sat close to the human soldier, her hands still glowing faintly beneath the veil. She had never felt so exhausted, so alive. The soldier piloted carefully. Eyes sharp, hands steady on the controls. Each move precise, avoiding collisions with the massive stones. He glanced at the girl, her veil shaking with fear and fatigue. "We need to find a place to rest," he said quietly. Her voice was barely a whisper. "Safe. Is it really safe anywhere?" He shook his head slightly. "Not yet." He didn't say more. He knew the Empire's hunters were relentless. Their orders clear. Capture them alive. No excuses, no mercy. The girl pressed the veil tighter, hiding her face. Her mind replayed the memory of the last fight. The hunter's eyes filled with fear when her light had flared. But she had almost lost control, almost destroyed them all. The soldier reached over, placing a hand gently on her shoulder. "You have power," he said softly. "Power most cannot control. But together, we can survive." She swallowed, her chest tight. His words gave her warmth, yet fear lingered. I have always been alone," she admitted, voice trembling. "No one ever chose me. Not truly." He didn't flinch, didn't turn away. "I chose you," he said simply. "Not for your light, not for your power, but for who you are. That is enough." Her heart thudded, her hands shook beneath the veil. Could she believe him? Could anyone truly care for someone like her? The ship's alarms suddenly beeped, harsh and urgent. The soldier's eyes snapped to the scanners. Sensors. "Show a fleet," he muttered, "an Imperial fleet faster than anything we've faced." The girl froze, her voice barely audible. They are coming for us." "Yes," the soldier said, voice firm, "and we cannot outrun them. We must be smarter, quicker, stronger." She pressed her hands to the metal floor, her fingers glowing faintly. The silver light pulsed like a heartbeat. She had never felt it so strong, so close to danger, fear, and adrenaline made it roar. Yet she controlled it, just barely. The soldier guided the ship into a narrow gap between asteroids. The Imperial fleet followed, massive warships firing relentless. Beams, sparks, and debris flared as the ship dodged and twisted. The girl's light flared again, brighter than before, touching the ship's engines. Speeding them faster, the soldier gritted his teeth, amazed and fearful. "Keep it steady." He shouted, "Don't let them destroy us." Her voice trembled. I can't hold it much longer." He reached out, his hand steadying hers. "Then I will guide you. Trust me." Together, their movements became synchronized. The ship shot through the asteroid field like a silver. Arrow Imperial lasers tore the rocks around them. The explosions lit the void like fireflies. Finally, they emerged from the field. Dust and smoke trailing behind. The fleet had lost them. For now, the girl sank into the seat, exhausted, chest heaving, tears hidden beneath the veil. The soldier turned to her, voice soft but firm. "You did well. We survived because of you." She looked down, her voice small. "But if they come again, I don't know if I can control it." "I might." He leaned closer, eyes sharp but calm. "Then I will be there. Every time. I will not let anything happen to you." Her heart ached. His promise was a fire in the darkness, something she had never known. Never trusted, but wanted desperately. Outside, the stars stretched endlessly, but a shadow moved faster, unseen, lurking beyond their sensors in the Imperial command chamber. The ruler's eyes burned with fury. "They escaped," he growled, voice echoing. "The girl and the human. They grow stronger with every flight. Send the shadow hunters. Bring them alive, but do not underestimate them." Far away, unknown to the girl and the soldier, the shadow hunters prepared. Elite warriors, trained to hunt the veiled. To capture her no matter the cost, the girl shivered. Beneath her veil, feeling a chill, though the cabin was warm. Something in the air told her this battle was far from over. Something darker. More dangerous than she had faced before. The soldier noticed her tension, placing a hand lightly on her arm. "We will face it together," he said, voice steady. "Whatever comes, I will not leave your side." Her chest tightened, fear and hope tangled inside her. She nodded silently, trusting him, though the danger outside was greater than ever. And as the ship moved silently across the stars, a new terror stirred, one that would test both the soldiers' strength and the girl's secret power, one that would decide whether they survive or fell forever into the Empire's shadow.